Hello, and welcome to a special Wednesday night edition of Sofia by Night, our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle, set in Bulgaria in the Dark Ages. My name is Bolthra, and I'm your storyteller. I have two great players here with me tonight. I'm going to introduce them first. We have Jen,
Hi, I'm playing Iskra. She is a 15-year-old, very grumpy and surly vampire, and she is Bruja clan.
and then we have Matt.
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm playing Praetor. He is less grumpy and less surly, and he's of Clan Nosferatu.
Alrighty. Well, just to give our usual previously on Sophia by Night, I got to come up with like a
Mhm.
sound effect for that or something. Um, the characters had they had awoken one of the staked vampires, and they found out his name was Petrov, as in Bishop Petrov of Clan La Sombra. He was a bit peckish when he awoke, so Iskra went and got him some takeout. She found a wonderful man that we named Shit
Ugh,
Breath, and
yeah.
who was known for his breath, as you can tell, and brought him back as a little snack for Bishop Petrov. He was very grateful after devouring this fat, disgusting piece of shit. He was very grateful for some sustenance that brought him back to a little bit of calm. Um, Patia took Katerina, who is her sire. She managed to just load her crate holding Katerina onto a wagon, and took the wagon and left. So, left with really kind of nothing else to do, the characters escorted Bishop Petrov back to his home. Um, Following that, they went to see Alexander, the Toreador elder. Um, he was very interested to know about the findings that the coterie had uncovered. Um, Unfortunately, he was a little suspicious of Iskra's lack of faith, and has encouraged her to be baptized, so that she might find joy in these dark nights just as he has.
And Iskra's not having it.
The the next few nights pass very quickly and very quietly. Really, about 12 nights pass since the events at Tarvel's Haven. What and there's been no word from anyone from neither of your sires. Uh, Iskra's sire, Patia, has been withdrawn. She seems to only spend her time with Katerina. They seem to just kind of lay in their watery bed together. Not a water bed, a water bed. Um, I guess actually, excuse me, a bathtub would probably be
Yeah,
the best terms for it.
right.
And they really don't say much. They don't really talk to her. They just when she does come by, they just kind of suspiciously watch her. So they seem to be spending a lot of time together and maybe talking in their weird twin language. Who knows that no one else can understand? Simpsons reference. Sorry. Um,
Hmm.
uh, Neither has Praetor heard anything from his sire, and you've come to find the short nights that you've been among the undead that the plots and plans of elder vampires can sometimes take months and years to come to fruition. The fact that you've heard nothing doesn't necessarily mean it's good or bad. It just means their plots are happening. So
Yeah,
um,
nothing's happening now, but that doesn't mean that it won't be happening later.
exactly.
Uh,
So they've taken to really kind of just spending their own time doing different hobbies, chores, kinds of things. Um, Iskra and Hildegard have actually started to spend a lot of time together. Hildegard's been kind of bored hanging out at Nightshade. A brothel really isn't a appropriate place for a young lady to be spending her time. So she's started to sneak out a little bit more with Iskra. She managed to find some boys' pants that fit her quite well. She was getting a little tired of the corsets and the dresses.
Good, she'll
Um,
be able to fight more effectively now.
so they've started to spend the nights prowling the streets, really kind of looking for something to do. Um, we're going to pick up on such a night. It's kind of a cold, clear night, and they've found a part of town that has some older buildings, some older wooden buildings, but they're a little taller than most of the city. And what they've liked to do is kind of climb up there and sit on the roof and just kind of sit and watch the city, kind of sitting under the moonlight, just kind of watching the city and really kind of being bored, angsty teens who are stuck in bodies that are never going to change.
Yep, this is forever.
And we're going to pick up there with Hildegard is just kind of standing at the edge, just kind of looking out down. There's really nobody on the streets at this hour. Occasionally, you'll see someone from the city guard walking by. They're usually carrying a lantern. Uh, they tend to walk in pairs. You notice that the guards don't seem to travel by themselves. Um, so she turns to Iskra and says, "Do you ever think about getting out of here?"
Like off this roof. Did you find a better place?
Well, I mean, just out of this city.
Uh, hadn't really thought about it.
I mean, your sire doesn't seem to notice you anymore. Do you think she would miss you for a few nights?
I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty much getting ignored by the two of them, so yeah. Um, I don't know.
And
Maybe we could go
and if
ahead.
and you follow her gaze out past the city, you can kind of see the mountain range in the distance. Is really it's a nice clear night. You can kind of see the mountains reaching up, and they almost look inviting. It's like something different.
Isn't that where that guy that said he was Petrov when he attacked the
Yeah,
yeah, that's where they are?
probably.
I mean, I don't think we can fight all of them, just the two of us.
Well, that doesn't mean they're even going to find us. I mean, what if we just sneak out for a couple nights? I mean, I'm sure we could find somewhere to sleep during the day.
I don't know. I don't know. That could be a problem.
You think you're going to get in trouble?
No, no, I
Remember,
don't think
I'm the
I'm.
Ventru. You're the Bruja.
Yeah, I know, but there's things you don't know. Um, that could conflict. Could be kind of a problem. Um, mm, long story short, one of the other clan's vampires considers everything out there pagan and doesn't like them. Not sure he likes me either. If I get caught out there, I don't know what he'll do.
There's only one way to find out, right? Come on, I'm bored. I'm tired of this place. We're just sitting around waiting for some old lady or some old man to tell us what to do. Remember, I'm the Ventru. I'm the one who's supposed to be following the rules, and I'm bored. I want to
Yeah,
get out of here.
yeah, but you weren't always Ventru. You were something else, right?
No, no, no.
Really?
My sire was Ventru.
It's not what you said before.
No, I said I killed him. I didn't say I was a different clan.
You said you didn't know what clan.
Did I? And she kind of
Yeah.
kind of takes a step back. She's like, and she's, hmm. Then maybe we should stay closer to the city then. And I want to have you make a roll.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to make the roll for you.
Right. Yeah, that's totally fine. That's fine. Do all the number stuff. That's
Yep.
fine.
Okay. Because you seem to have caught her in another contradiction,
Mm-hmm.
which she's done before. Um, so let's see. Let's go with intelligence and let's see. Subterfuge is when you're trying to lie. So let's go with insight. Ooh.
Okay.
And well, no successes. You believe every word she's saying. That maybe she really hasn't said that before. Now you're not quite sure what she said,
Okay.
but you're not
Mm.
sure. You're not sure if she's trying to backtrack and cover something.
Yeah, I'm starting to trust her a little less.
You got a little confused on that. So
Yeah. Hmm.
she says, "All right, well, if you don't want to do anything, we can just go. We can go just get something to eat if you want."
That's probably a good idea.
And one thing you've noticed about her is you've never seen her feed. She always goes with you,
Mm-hmm.
but you've never seen her feed.
That is kind of weird. So, what are you looking for takeout? Anything specific?
Um, well, I kind of like uh, going to people's houses, and she looks a little ashamed at that.
That's a huge risk. Why are you doing that? There's easier ways.
Um, I don't really know any other way.
Okay. um,
L- Let's have you roll again on that one.
yeah.
Again, you absolutely believe
Oh
everything she
no.
says. That she doesn't know how to feed otherwise.
It's kind of the same process. You just
So
lure somebody somewhere and there you go.
yeah, yeah. She says, how about we find you something, and then maybe I can look around for something after that.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Um, I am going to have you do a rouse check first off to just see kind of how hungry you are.
Okay.
And you're zero hunger. You're not that hungry. So if you wanted to, you could find something. You get the feeling she's just more bored and kind of wants to follow you around.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So you're probably in command of the situation here.
Yeah, well, she's a bruja. She's going to be at some point, you know?
So she's been a little odd, but yeah, again she's kind of conceding control to you
Hmm.
for right now, like on what you want to do.
Yeah. Well, I'm a little older. Not very much. And if she's dressed wearing boys' clothes,
Hmm.
then
Yeah,
people probably won't, they'll think we're siblings or
yeah,
something.
she has her hair kind of tied up, so
Yeah, that's
you,
the
you,
smart way
you
to do it if you're going to
yeah,
go that route.
yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. So we go lurking around.
Okay. What we're gonna do is we're gonna switch over to Praetor. Uh, Pra-
Hello.
Praetor has kind of spent his last nights, excuse me, we didn't mean to kill him off so soon. The last few nights, he's gone by Turvil's Haven. a couple times. When he's gone there, he's always made sure that he's left the the barn door shut. Um, when he's gone in, he hasn't really. He's noticed a couple things, a crate lid or two has been moved. So if he noticed that, say, a crate lid was kind of ajar a little bit, he might come and find it either it's shut or he finds that the crate lid is like maybe up top on another box or something. So a couple things look like they've been moved since the couple times he's come back. Um,
Okay.
he's noticed some spots that were dusty. Maybe the dust looks like it's been a little bit disturbed. Um, uh, that was about 3 or 4 nights ago that he noticed those crate lids moved. Um, so he can return there again tonight if he would like to look around.
I would just to like if I noticed something had been moved, I would also move something else
Hmm.
like out of place to see if that gets moved some other night and then return.
Okay.
Like again, another crate lid. Like if it were on, I
Hmm.
would put it back where I knew where it was,
Hmm.
and then return the next night or 2 nights or whatever, and then
Hmm.
see if that has been moved again. Basically, I want to see that somebody else is here, touching things they're not supposed to.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. When he comes back this night, is he going to go in through the stable or is he going to try the front door?
Able because that's easiest to get in and out of.
Okay. Okay. So when he gets there, he finds that it's open just a little, like just a little bit, like maybe just a crack. So it's not shut tight like it was before.
Okay. I'll have my hand on my sword and
Okay.
still I will enter
Okay.
because
You,
as far as I know, Turtle's not back. It could be some other, um, either a servant or who knows what.
okay. Let's have you make a dex and stealth roll. And we're going to go
Okay.
with difficulty 5.
Let's go back here to Fantasy Grounds. Dex. Click the little button. And stealth. Try to drag this very carefully. I probably botched it.
No, it didn't. Nothing. I didn't see anything.
Okay, let me try it again. Maybe it
Okay.
missed. Dex. Stealth. All right. What did it do anything? It's like,
No, no. Let me. You know what? Let me try it real quick.
yeah. It's funny. It was doing it before. It
It
was
was. It
working
was. It
just
was
fine.
absolutely fine. All right. So stealth, and I'll have you try it again because that was a failure. So, well, the way I've been doing it is I put the plus say next on
Yeah.
stealth, and then go
All
up to
right. And then
dex.
do.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
just drag it.
I did it the other way around. I did Dex and Stealth. So let's
Okay.
see. That's stamina. Not what I wanted. It's still not recording anything,
Hmm.
which is weird.
All right. Let's try it again here.
Stealth and Dex. I'm seeing the dice, but they're not
Hmm.
coming up the sheet.
Yeah.
Like it's really weird. Let me try. I want to try one more thing here just
Sure.
for laughs.
Okay.
Okay, so if I try to break the rules,
Hmm.
it says you can't do that.
Yeah.
Like I
Skip
tried
jump.
to roll just yeah, it
Yeah.
does do that much. So Dex plus Stealth. Oops, I
And what I find
tried
is I
Stealth.
like I like click on the black dot and then just drag it.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing, and it shows me the dice.
Hmm. There we go.
Oh, you know what? Maybe I wasn't dragging it far enough.
Okay. Yeah. You got to drag it all the way over to the desktop.
Okay, I was dragging it just off the side of the character sheet,
Hmm.
and so
Oh.
that's
Okay.
why. That's why.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a freebie on this one because you had you had such hard time rolling it. So
Okay.
instead of a failure, we're gonna give you one success. Um,
Okay.
so you open the door quietly and you step in. There's no horse here anymore, so it's really just kind of an empty barn.
Hmm.
But you do hear real faint whispers of someone talking. And it would be as you come in through the barn, there's going to be kind of a door on your right, and then you would kind of go through in there to kind of get into that storage room that you
Okay.
used. And it
All right.
sounds
I definitely want to go over there
okay,
and quietly at least,
okay,
and try to listen in on the conversation,
okay,
see what they're talking about.
okay. When you get over to the doorway, you hear a pair of voices talking, but you can't quite hear what they're saying yet. But you hear a man and a woman talking. Um, if you would like to try to move in a little closer, you could possibly hear what they're saying.
I will try to do so, and as
Okay.
quietly as I can.
Let
Um,
let's try your dex and stealth again.
okay, let's try this. Dex and stealth.
There we go. Perfect.
Ooh, look at that.
All right.
Now it works. Now it works. Eight. I saw 8, 9, and 10. I was like, yeah, baby.
Okay. Um, you hear them speaking, but it's in a language you cannot understand.
Okay.
From your era, it sounds like someone from the Middle East. It sounds like a tongue you do not understand, but there is a man and woman whispering to each other. But it sounds like kind of a casual conversation. I mean, it's not, but they're not voices you've heard before.
Okay. So at that point, I think I might try to scare them,
Okay.
to see what's going. I may not learn anything, but at least get them out of my what could be my new home. If Turtle never returns, well, hey, somebody needs to take over this place. So I will attempt to then, um, if I'm near the door, I will
Mhm.
like slam it open or pull it open fast, whatever it
Okay.
needs to be, to try to scare them.
Okay.
Rouse, get some kind of attention going about. Hey, hey!
Let's use.
I will whip out my sword as well, just to
Hey
kind of
now.
give it a little flourish. Yeah, hey now, I am not packing 12.
He was swimming right now. Um,
Yeah,
let's go
the
with.
water was cold.
Let's go with manipulation and intimidation.
All right, I have a whole 3 dice
hmm
here, so
hmm Is he hiding his appearance?
no,
No. Okay.
no, that may help. That may help.
Alrighty.
It
It.
looks like I got a failure though.
Yeah. Um, you kind of stumble a little bit as you
Hmm.
kind of come out of the corners. You kind of come out kind of flat-footed, and you're like, "Hey!" Um, you see, it is now, yes, a young man and a woman. The woman is dressed in like a hijab, um, and the man is wearing what you would think are Middle Eastern clothes, because you don't know any different, but they just look different to you. And they
Yeah.
they appear to be young people, maybe early 20s. When you make that noise, the woman shrieks, and the man kind of takes a step forward, um, and the woman kind of cowers behind him, and the man is just kind of putting up his dukes, kind of like I'm unarmed, but like, hey, who are you? And he's just kind of staring at you. He looks fearful though.
Yeah. Um, I will, since I don't know any other languages, I
hmm
will speak in the native tongue.
hmm
You do not belong here. Be gone! And I will point my sword at them,
Mm.
kind of wave it in a threatening gesture. Leave now, or I will run you through.
And they back up, but and they don't seem to understand what you're saying, other than pointing a sword at them, which is truly universal.
Yes, I will kind of step away from the entrance,
hmm
kind of like so that it's clear for them to leave, and I will kind
hmm
of point my sword like at the doorway, like go, go.
Okay. Okay. uh, the man the man kind of starts to grab the woman by her arm, and she's kind of looking at him. She looks at you and she makes kind of like a gesture, like cold, like she's
Like she's
like,
free, like she's chilly.
yes, yes. And then the husband kind of looks at you and like kind of nods, like, cold, we're cold.
You do not belong here. I will keep pointing my sword to the doorway. Go, go.
Okay.
I don't care. You're not supposed to be here.
He grabs her by the arm and quickly leads her out into the cold night. You have successfully kicked out some refugees. So,
Yes.
all
This
righty.
is this is you don't belong here, and or Arabic. I don't
Yeah.
from what I know from the Crusades, they were bad people.
Right, exactly. So to your training, you have done your Christian duty. So,
Yes. Well, I'm sure Alexander will appreciate that.
yeah,
Oh, I
yeah,
kicked some Arabic refugees out into the cold. Oh, good.
exactly. Exactly. So, okay, well, they scurry out, and you find that a couple boxes have been, a couple spots you had looked at. Maybe another box or two has been opened, but the people don't seem to have really made any huge changes. I mean, you don't see anything that looks broken. So you're
Mhm.
not sure if they had opened the crates or
Right, or somebody else did,
exactly.
but somebody's been messing around in here.
Hmm.
All right, is there some place or someone I can report this kind of thing to? Because I don't understand. Praetor doesn't
Hmm.
understand like the rules of domain.
Right.
Like this is technically the prince's territory
Hmm.
still, but like okay, this was Turville's private sanctum or his own
Hmm.
home.
Hmm.
What are the rules for that? Granted, he's no longer here,
Hmm.
but what are I guess what are the prince's responsibilities and what are Praetor's responsibilities as far as this place goes? That's kind of where he's kind of
Right.
stuck now. I don't know what to do.
Right.
Something happened and something's happening, but I
Yeah.
don't know what needs to be done about it. Other than I could try to take care of it myself,
Hmm.
but I'm not sure that's the best without knowing more information. I don't know that that's the best course.
Right.
So I'd want
You
to know who I should talk to.
you have a couple options. You can go to the eldest of your clan, of the Nosferatu clan. You could go to her. You've met her once at kind of your coming out party.
Yeah.
You could go to see her. You could go to you could try to go directly to the prince, but you don't know how to contact the prince. You
No, but
met,
I would talk to one of his seneschals or
yeah,
somebody
exactly. And there we go. You could talk to Petrov, who is the prince's seneschal. Um,
who kind of owes us a
hmm.
favor after sorts after we rescued him.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, then that would be where I would go. I would go to once I guess I wouldn't do anything else here now because I know whatever's going to be done, whatever I do, somebody's going to come and mess with again.
Hmm.
So I would then want to go to Petrov and be like, okay, I have proof that something's going on here,
Right.
and I want to know what if anything we as the vampires as a whole, or me as an individual,
Hmm.
should do or can do about it.
Gotcha.
Because I
Okay.
know there's a lot of rules and regulations and things like these are what you don't do, this is what you're allowed to do. And Praetor is definitely want to follow some of those rules because he doesn't want to get staked for having made the wrong call.
Exactly. All righty. We are going to switch back to Iskra.
Okay.
Uh, she and Hildegard have decided to they want to go hunting. Now they've started to play a game the last couple nights where they try to see if they can jump from one roof to another roof.
Oh,
Um,
fun.
it's been just just something for kind of bored kids to do.
Hmm.
And now that they found out they're bored kids with blood fueled powers, they like to play games by seeing if they can like jump to different roofs. Um, and they've decided that they can either climb down the building and go walking on the streets and look for a snack, or they could try to look down from above, almost like birds of prey, and see what they can find. Um, since she seems to be kind of letting you kind of make the decision tonight, what route
Hmm.
would you like to take?
Let's stay up here or up on a building and
Hmm.
see what walks by, because they
Okay.
won't see us.
Okay. You wait about 15, 20 minutes. Nobody really comes by. You'd seen the city guard go by about an hour
They're no
ago.
fun. They're
Yeah,
no fun.
yeah,
Well, should we pick a different building?
sure. There's that one with the weird steeple. I don't know if that's. I don't think it's a church though, but we could find out. Maybe we could climb in the steeple and go down into the church or something. Break stuff. Who knows?
I don't know. I don't really like churches.
Why?
Long story.
Oh,
uh,
okay.
yeah. Uh-huh.
And she,
Let's. What else do we got?
and she kind of looks over to the other side. And she goes, "Well, there's that. There's that. I think it's like a healing place. Like maybe I don't know. I don't think they keep like lepers there or anything like that. But for like sick people, I think they it's she kind of points over to kind of like a lower roof that's nearby. The roof looks really beat up and raggedy, and she says,
If we land on that, are we gonna fall through? Look at that thing.
"Yeah, but that might be fun. Though. You imagine like crashing through, and then and then if there's anybody in there, you could just grab a snack right away.
Yeah, but these people are already sick. I mean,
Well, it means they're gonna die, right?
eventually, maybe. I don't know what they have. I don't know what their healers do, or I don't know. I'm from a small village. I don't know all this
Yeah.
stuff.
She says maybe we just climb down the roof. Maybe just start climb down from here. Maybe just start walking the streets then.
It'll work.
Okay.
Maybe.
So she kind of follows you down. You get
Hmm.
down into the street. When you do see, just kind of at a faint distance, you see looks like a group of people walking, and you do see like a torch lit. So it'd be about be
Guards.
about like 2 blocks away.
I think those are the guards.
And Hildegard kind of creeps back to the side of the building, and she's like, "Do we just let him pass?"
I I guess. I mean, I don't.
And they continue to come forward, and you hear some voices talking, and it sounds like young men.
It's always young men.
And then they're about a block away. And now from here, you can see that they're not the city guard. They're not wearing any kind of uniforms. They just kind of look like just some rabble. It's about 3 or 4 young men. One has a torch. One looks like he's kind of like almost carrying like a club in his hand, like a wooden club. And another guy has kind of an old like an old like scythe from harvesting. He's got that, and they're kind of walking together, like almost like you now see it's about 3 men, and they're kind of walking forward almost as like a unit, and they're just kind of stomping through the streets.
Okay, this could be trouble. But it also may be a fun fight.
Yeah, Hildegard goes, "Should we just let them pass, or should we see what they want, or what do you want to do?"
Uh, let's see if we can stay out of their sight a little bit, and if they come to us, then we'll
Okay.
have some fun.
Okay. I am going to roll for you to
Hmm.
see if you can disappear from their
Okay.
sight. So let's
Mhm.
see. And everybody's rolling bad tonight.
Oh man.
I don't know what it is,
Oh,
but I
okay.
gave Matt a
That's fine.
freebie, so I'm going to give you a freebie. So
Oh, okay.
you managed to kind of get kind of off to the side, kind of towards an alley, and when the men approach, you notice now that more the man in front, he's kind of tall and thin. He's kind of looking like he's almost starting to like he's balding, even though he's in his late teens. He has kind of a stern look on his face, and he kind of looks like the one who's in charge. The other two are much younger. They look maybe about like 15, 16 years old. They're carrying homemade weapons, a scythe and a club, but they don't
Hmm.
seem quite as confident as he is. Um, and they're with him, but they're kind of trailing in his wake as he comes up the street. And I'm gonna roll for Hildegard and see how she does. Uh, she manages to kind of slip next to you,
Okay.
and I'm going to let's see, and I'm gonna be sneaky like that and see how the young men do. So,
Hmm.
oh, um, okay. The guy in charge notices you. He says,
Great.
he says, "Hello, why are you hiding?"
Well, we saw you come in with torches and weapons. It made sense to get out of the way.
Oh, we mean you no harm. We're just out watching the streets because no one seems to care about this neighborhood. No one seems to care about the people who have died.
Famous last words.
Mm, how many people? What's happened?
They've reported that maybe at least 6 or 7 people have died in the or died or just gone missing in the last month. We assume they're dead because no one finds their bodies. We just don't know what's happened to them. We've said something to the city guard, and they don't care. We're poor down here. They don't care what happens to us. I mean, they don't even bother patrolling for the most part. You'll see them every now and then, but most part they don't patrol. And the church doesn't seem to give a shit about us either. I mean,
I'm not surprised by that.
did you know that there is a den of horrors openly flaunting its wares just right near here?
No, really? How would they ever
Yes.
allow that?
I don't know. Apparently, someone corrupt is pulling the strings of the city guard.
Hmm. Wait. Do you think the city guard is um, going there for
It
pleasure?
it wouldn't surprise me.
That's really weird.
This is,
I don't know.
this is, my name is
I mean,
my name is Matthias,
Matthias, nice to meet you. I'm
and
Iskra.
and this is Isaac, and and he kind of looks at the other kid, and he's like, the kid's like shakes his head like, "Don't say my name, don't say my name, don't say my name." And he's like, "All right, I won't say your name." I said Matthias and Isaac and our other friend, and the kid just seems
Hmm.
kind of cautious to like have his name given out. He says, "It's not really safe for young ladies to be out on the street at this hour."
Well, we're just taking a walk. I
Sure,
had a nightmare and I just wanted to walk around.
we can escort you wherever you live if you'd like.
Oh no, I don't think our parents would like us to come back with three men. They're very cautious and conservative, and it wouldn't work out.
And he
We'll be okay.
kind of shakes his head. He's like, "I understand that." He's like, "Be careful where you go.
Hmm.
Just know that we've started to patrol these streets, and we will keep it safe even if the city guard does not care for us."
Well, that's good to hear. What are your plans for the whorehouse?
We and he kind of blushes. And he's like, "Well, we're not going to go there. We wouldn't go to such a place like that.
Ah, good, good, good to hear.
But we will patrol near there to try to discourage anyone else who would go to such a den of Satan."
Ah, okay. Well, it sounds like you're fine, upstanding young men, and we're gonna go home now. We'll let you continue patrolling.
Very well. Good evening, ladies.
And I
And
nod or curtsy or something and
yeah,
grab Link with Hildegard's arm and walk us out of there.
yeah, Hildegard kind of pulls you back, and you see the three guys walk away, and the guy who didn't give his name kind of looks back at you guys, just kind of with like a second glance, and then kind of starts to catch up with his
Hmm.
friends. And she says, "They're patrolling the city. They
Yep.
might. They're looking for the people who've died recently."
Yeah, exactly. We gotta at least let Claudio know about this.
I mean, I don't know if it's just the three of them or if he said us, so I don't know if there's more.
Well, there's 3 of them. That's probably what he meant. I mean, he doesn't look like he's got soldiers, you know?
Yeah, those two didn't look like.
They don't want to be there. They
Yeah.
don't know what they're doing.
Okay. Well, we need to report in to let them know that people have noticed that the people are going missing in the slum.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go back there and maybe let Claudio know what's up.
Okay. Um, I am going to switch back to our friend Praetor, and he is going to go see Bishop Petrov.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Or at least try to.
Try to. Okay. Well, he knows where he kind of left him off last time,
Yeah.
at his home. Again, it's kind of like a church. Oh, I can't think of the name of it. Like a church house. That's the one that's next to the church.
Rectory. The
Rectory.
rectory.
There we go. That's the words I'm looking for. Okay. Um,
Shame
s-
on you.
yep. Exactly. Exactly. You know, I'm a recovering Catholic, so.
Yeah. That's
Um,
what I tell people too. Oh,
Yeah,
what did you suffer from? Oh, thinking for myself.
yes, same. He was raised Catholic. It didn't stick. There we go.
Yep.
Okay. So you arrive at the home of Bishop, and I'm going to butcher his name, Ivov Petrov. Um, and it turns out the good bishop is up and around at the time you've arrived. Um, you're taken into the same kind of a reception area that you had dropped him off at by one of his servants.
Mhm.
Um, the bishop seems to be seems at work on maybe a homily of some sort. He's
Okay.
scribbling notes and kind of looks up and he's like, "My friend, my good friend from the other evening, the young Nosferatu. What brings you to me?"
I have some concerns, Bishop. Um, not Petrov. I forgot my sire's name. What's his name?
Turtle.
Turvel. I had Petrov and Turvel mixed up.
Yeah,
Turvel.
yeah.
Turvel. His home has been, how shall I say, visited by persons unknown. Tonight, I was returning to see what else had been disturbed, and I found two. I can only describe them as Arabic travelers. They were dressed. She was dressed well, all in a veil covered nearly all of her body except for her eyes, and the other was dressed in only what I can only guess was outlandish Eastern garb. Um,
He kind of shakes his head wearily. He's like, refugees do arrive in our city from time to time. Uh, they leave Constantinople and head to the west. But were they of our kind?
they seemed afraid of me, and I cannot tell. I am not skilled in the ways of detecting our own kind. But they fled from my presence, so I can only assume that they either knew that they were trespassing, which they did, or they were aware of my own predilections and fled from that.
Hmm.
I did not reveal myself in any way particularly, other than my normal visage is not one of, shall I say, great beauty.
Hmm. And he nods. As you can see, he's making sure how you're doing with the masquerade.
Yeah,
So,
I displayed no uh, outwardly, superhuman abilities.
hmm,
Instead, I simply waved my sword at them and told them to go, but they did not seem to understand my language, nor I theirs. They were discussing something, but they were speaking in some foreign tongue that I was unable to determine.
hmm,
I'm guessing it was Arabic or something from the East.
hmm. Well, enough of them. Perhaps they were just strangers in the night. But the fact,
No, really true, but I am more concerned about the fact that Turvel's domicile has been violated by someone. And I'm
yes,
wondering what am I required to do? What am I permitted to do? And what about, it is his home, it is part of the prince's domain. I
hmm,
am uncertain what is required of me now that Turvel is gone, or what is required of what can I do? What should be done? And I come to you seeking information before I, how shall I say, make a transgression that I am unaware of.
I, since your sire has shamed himself and been proven to be a traitor, I believe it is now your haven, and it is up to you to protect it as you see such.
This is what I thought might be the case, but I wanted someone to kind of confirm that without me necessarily taking it upon myself. Is
I,
there anyone I should notify that I am doing so?
I think speaking to me was enough.
Then you will make sure that the proper authorities, as it were, even among our kind, are notified.
I will notify the prince upon my next visit with him, and I can also recommend that perhaps you ought to speak to your clan elder, Raya.
I would have to. I don't know where she is, right?
No, no, you
Yeah,
met
I
with
only
her
met her
at
once.
neutral locations.
Yeah, yeah. She came. She came. We came to a neutral site, which was my introduction to the Vampire Society,
Mhm,
and I probably didn't get more than boo out of her. So,
right.
okay, I have an issue then because Turville was my contact for such,
Mhm.
um, and I do not know how to reach her. Is this something you can arrange, or is this something I need to discuss with another?
I can arrange this for you. I am in your debt, so consider this repayment for your assistance.
That is fair. Then I will begin to claim that place as mine and
Mhm.
simply send someone to alert me as to when this meeting can occur.
It shall be done.
Thank you.
And he kind of makes the sign of the cross, like, go ahead,
Yeah,
go take off.
yeah. Okay, I'll leave.
Yeah,
I won't mimic his actions, but I will just bow, kind of slightly bow and leave.
yeah. Okay. So
Dominus Dominus, he be all right.
you got it. You got it. Tres Ave Marias. Ah.
Yeah,
Oh no.
It's
No.
from George Carlin.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. um, okay. So getting back to the serious game. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, you have now basically have your own haven. And then, so now you're going to probably need to look for maybe some daytime help.
Yeah.
So, but
I'm
okay.
gonna. Well, what I'm hoping is that we can get away from the brothel since it's now kind of being looked at suspiciously.
Hmm. Hmm.
We can at least move Iskra, myself, and maybe her pal
Hmm.
over
Mhm.
to Turville's old place.
Hmm.
Because at least it's a place of business, and people coming and going won't be as suspicious as
Yes.
it will out of the whorehouse.
Yes. Okay.
So
That's
I will probably then try to find Iskra and whoever she's hanging out with tonight.
okay.
Hildegard. Hmm.
Hildegard.
Okay. So would you? So I think Iskra was going to go back to Nightshade
Yep.
to talk
Would
to.
start. I would start there
Yeah.
just to see if she's
Hmm.
there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't we move on to that, and
Okay.
then let's go from there. So when you arrive at Nightshade, Iskra, you
Hmm.
find your loyal ghoul Stefan is working.
Servant. It's servant. We don't
Servant.
call them ghouls.
Excuse me. He says, "Ma'am, it's been several nights. I haven't seen you."
I yeah, I know. It's things have been weird.
He seems a little on edge. He's like, "Might when you have a chance, might I um, trouble you
Like if-
for some?" Um, he's hemming and hawing about he wants to get fed.
Oh, okay, yeah. Uh, give me a minute. I gotta talk to Claudio.
Of
It won't
course,
take long.
of course.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I will attempt to play the part of Claudio.
Okay. It doesn't have to be huge, you know?
Iskra, Iskra. So good to see you again. How are you these long evenings?
Oh, I don't believe it's good to see me. We
Comes
don't
up
get
and
along well, Claudio.
he's in the finest clothing you've ever seen him in.
Wow.
probably has a couple rings on now, and just gives you this bear hug. He's just like, Iskra, Iskra, my child.
Um, no, I'm not your child. I'm Patia's child.
And he looks over at Hildegard. He's like, Hildegard, what have we said about dressing in men's pantaloons? And she just
She
shakes her
gets
head.
less harassment this way.
She's like, I don't feel comfortable, and I just want to just be me. And he's like, ah. And then Pator just magically shows up at the same time, just to keep it simple.
Sure.
Shows up, and he's like, Praetor, my friend, how are you?
I have news that
You have,
may.
you have news.
With
I,
Turtle gone, go
um,
ahead.
I,
And and he says,
Go ahead, Iskra.
he says, perhaps we should meet in the back room. And you do hear from above the sounds of beds hitting the floor and shaking.
ugh.
And he's like, come, let us talk
let's
in, let us
let's
talk in the
move away
parlor.
from that.
Yes. So
Sure,
it kind of
sure.
takes you back to that room that you had the fight with through the window
Oh,
with
okay.
Grace. And
Yeah.
you do
Yeah.
notice that she's not there anymore. Um,
Okay.
Didn't we
Not
say
my
to get rid of
problem.
her?
he
Wasn't
and
wasn't?
Yes,
Yeah.
and Claudio says, "Yeah, I took the liberty of moving our friend to a secure location so that we can monitor her from time to time."
She
Now,
should probably be removed permanently.
oh, but she could come in handy, couldn't she?
I'll
I
leave that to you. I
Never,
think she would serve best as a corpse.
never throw away an acquired asset. Now, what did you want to speak to me about?
okay. So Hildegard and I have been wandering around at night like we do, and
Hmm.
we ran into a group of three young men that they weren't guards, but they
Hmm.
were kind of patrolling the streets. The one guy had a torch, and he's got two younger friends that obviously don't know how to fight and weren't even holding their weapons correctly, and they weren't even weapons. It was terrible, but they've started to notice that people are disappearing
Hmm.
and that the guards
Troubling.
aren't doing anything about it. Have the guards been here for business, Claudio?
I would say they might have. I'm not around for the day shift, as it were, but
Right,
they may
right.
have been partaking here and there. They're young men.
Yeah.
What would you like them to
Well,
do?
the young men outside there that are patrolling on their own are very. Mm, they don't like this place.
Hmm.
They don't like this place because I don't know that they've connected it to people missing or not, but they don't like the
Hmm.
concept. Conservative, possibly Christian guys. So,
And
yeah,
we cannot let them connect this.
well, I'm not likely to talk to him again.
Oh, come now. You've established a rapport with them. I can think of no
Mm.
one else who'd be better than finding out these young men, finding what they need. Perhaps if they just came in and had a little
Oh, I don't think they're going to
stay
do that.
here, they
I
might
don't think
change
they're
their
going to do that,
minds.
Claudio. That not everyone is like you. I don't think they're
Oh,
going to do that at all.
you don't think they could be tempted,
I
brought to
think
our side?
I I don't think so.
Hmm.
They seemed very conservative. They're probably Christian.
What say you, Praetor?
I have not seen these men. I know nothing about this. But my news sort of, I suppose, segues into what is going on. I have been granted ownership of Turville's domain, and we
Oh,
may use it as a haven. Um,
You would leave
so,
Nightshade?
well, it is being violated by travelers and perhaps others. I
Oh,
must,
oh.
as a part of my duties to the prince, I must defend it. It is part of his holdings and
Mm.
therefore part of our society, and therefore I must do my duty as I see.
You
Turville
wound
has abandoned his post, and I must then resume his duties, as it were.
you wound
But
me,
perhaps
but
I wound nothing. I have duty. Surely you understand that.
I can see that you have your duty, sir, and I will leave you to it. He looks back at Iskra. Will you be staying at Nightshade as well?
Nightshade was never my home, Claudio. You know
Ah,
this. You
ah.
know this.
You
Well,
are welcome to come. You are welcome to come join mine.
perhaps I might. Perhaps I might.
Screw
Once.
you as well.
Yes.
In fact, I
That
think
might
it might
be a
even
good.
behoove your friend Hildegard, as I could use perhaps. People come and go at all times, and no one cares what goes on in such a place so much as what the people are wearing. If she wishes to dress as a man, then so be it. I care not, so long as
Hildegard
she.
Hildegard perks up like, you got it. Okay. When do we go?
Yeah, her she can serve as a. I don't want to say serve, but she can. How can I say? She can live her life as she chooses, so long as she follows the rules of our society, not the human society.
Hmm, very well then.
I care not what you wear. I care only about your deeds.
And she smiles and she's just nods gratefully.
Perhaps
So,
there's also some mystery there, perhaps to explore. Who knows what secrets Turville left uncovered?
Or traps.
I have carefully looked for the traps, and I think I have found most of them, but I cannot
Great.
be sure I have found all of them,
is
or
there
some secret
Hmm?
or some
is
secret hole or hideaway or back door. I do not know.
Claudio steeples his fingers for a moment and says, perhaps there is a way to kill two birds with one stone, shall we say?
I am
Per-
listening.
Perhaps your friends, and she looks at Iskra, could investigate Turtle's house during the day and see what they uncover.
Would be very helpful. In fact, Stefan,
Mm-hmm.
he could
Yes, sir.
perhaps check. He could perhaps. Oh, he's here.
Yes. Yes.
he could perhaps start to take up residence there, and at least be there during the daylight hours when these people may or may not be coming around. Plus, if we stay there, then whoever may be coming around at night will have us to deal with.
Mm, sounds like a capital idea. If, of course, you approve of Stefan being involved in with these young men.
I will take Iskra's word that he can behave accordingly.
Oh, it is Iskra's decision. He is hers.
Yes.
Yes.
I agree. Let us at
Uh,
least begin a trial, as it were. Let us see how well he does.
Perhaps we use these young men to bait the trap, as it were.
I am
what
thinking the
trap?
same. Oh,
I
he's
don't
thinking about
understand.
the. I do. He's referring to the men, the Christians you saw.
Well, I think
Perhaps,
they're Christian, but I don't know. They could
yeah.
just be conservative.
Well, and we could use him to perhaps infiltrate their crowd and learn what they are doing.
I
And
think their crowd is 3 people, though.
but
I
we do
really
not
do.
know. We
I
don't
think
know.
if there were more, I don't think he would have taken those two that can barely hold a weapon along with him.
That may be true.
Can you swing a
One was
sack,
Perhaps
holding a.
doorknobs?
I mean, one was holding a scythe and holding it wrong. So, I
clearly,
don't know.
clearly untrained individuals who simply perhaps have faith or fervor over anything else.
Or we're
No,
talked into it by this guy. Maybe that's their friend. I don't know.
well, maybe. I'm inclined to at least give them a pass until they actually cause us any harm. Would you agree?
I don't think they're going to come here. But
No, but they might. What about the Turville's hideout,
Yes.
or what will now be our hideout? They may come looking around there.
uh, they seem more interested in protecting the
The
townspeople.
slums. Turville's place is not in the slums, is it?
No, it is not. No.
No,
Okay,
so I don't
But
think they'd
so
come out there because they haven't. They're trying. I got the impression that they're trying to protect their people because they've noticed people missing, and well, people were missing. That's on us.
but Claudio just perks up again. But again, if you could tempt them into searching Turville's place, perhaps a tidbit of some naughtiness, some wrongdoing there. Perhaps they'd investigate. They'd go over there and investigate for you. Search during the day, search the entire place, see what they find. If they find nothing of interest, so be it. But if they find something interesting, and report back.
Well, right now they're going to find 2 coffins. Well, 1.
Yeah, no, those are gone.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're gone.
good. Okay.
I simply seek a way to eliminate both issues if possible. But I'm just a simple businessman. Do as you wish.
Yeah. Um, I don't know. I want to think about it. I want to investigate on my own with our own. Like, for example, Stefan may be able to check in and around the place. Uh, and again, make him the face of our operation, as it were, along with Hildegard, perhaps, at night. And this way she can do as she pleases as far as her dress is concerned. Um, and we can begin moving our operation, as it were, from here to there, or at both places as need be. But clearly, the our enemies, the one who impersonated Petrov, the
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Gurgle, whatever they were.
Uh, something about beasts. I remember.
Yes, they clearly
Yeah.
know of your hideaway, our
Mm.
current hideaway. They may not know
Mhm.
of Turtles, or it may be too civilized for them to even approach because of its location. Again, I do not know. But I think it behooves us to at least have another base of operations, even as a backup.
Then we are agreed. And Claudio claps you each on the shoulder and says, I must return to work. Good speaking with you again, my friends.
Yes. Good speaking with
Okay.
you, also, Claudio.
Bye.
Iskra, if you would attend with me for a moment, let us step
Okay.
outside.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Be quick though, because I need to. Stefan needs me.
He's kind of pacing back and forth.
Mhm. My business can wait if you wish to take care of
Yeah.
Stefan's needs for a moment.
Yes. I'm going to do that. And I
Okay.
walk
Okay.
over to Stefan, and
I will
we're
wait
still somewhere
outside.
kind of. We're still somewhere where there's not a lot of people, so I'm gonna just
Correct.
Yeah.
make
Okay.
sure
I
he's
will
got.
I will exit the room so they have some privacy.
Okay.
Iskra
And
doesn't care.
okay.
Yeah.
And how does she feed him?
Well, the first time Patia did it, she did that by slashing her wrist and holding it
Mm-hmm.
up. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what Iskra's doing.
Okay. And he grabs and he's like just chowing down. He's just gonna just keep going until you tell him to stop. And it's lovely for you. You just love the sensation of it.
So we're both happy.
And he's like "Mm."
Wow, I haven't fed you in a while.
And eventually you have to push him away.
Okay, all right. Don't. You're gonna
And
drain
he
me.
stumbles
Stop.
back and he's kind of like wiping his mouth. He's like, "Oh, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, are you good now?
I am. I am. I
Okay.
will. I will get back to work now and see what Mr. Claudio needs me to do."
For now, yeah, we might be moving.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
I was.
I'll explain. I'll bring you with, but
And he just kind of like gives this look like I was just starting to like it here. Now we have to move again. So
it'll be fine.
I don't want to go to a new school, Mom. So
It'll be a better place than this, trust me,
I
and
don't
Like
safer.
it when mommy and daddy fight.
I don't have any friends here.
Oh no.
Okay. All right. Well, then I think this is probably a good place to wrap up for tonight. I want to thank my
Well,
players again.
I thought,
Oh no, it can wait.
okay.
Basically, he just basically wants to confirm your interest in going to Turville's old hideout.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
That's
She's
all. I just
gonna.
wanted to kind of get that on paper, as it were.
Yeah, Iskra's gonna go because there's really nothing happening
Okay.
where she
Okay.
was.
Well, and it's kind of an up. We're moving uptown kind of
Yes.
stuff here.
Mhm.
Yeah. You are moving out of the hood. You're going up. You're going uptown. So.
Yeah.
So okay. I just thought this would be a good place to wrap up for tonight,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then we'll continue again next time. Thank you again for everybody listening and playing, and we will talk to you again next time.
Bye.
Bye.